again, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time joining me today. Hi guys, this is my first ever video on my brand new iPhone XS Max, and I'm really excited because I've never had a phone this big before, and it feels like I am in the modern age with you guys. So this thing can actually film in 4K. Now, I don't know if I'm going to upload in 4K. I'm not really sure, but that's like the capabilities of this phone. So that's insane because I only thought that like these fancy cameras could do that, but apparently this phone is like everything. So hopefully this video turns out better quality than most of my other ones. I don't know, because like I said, I've never done this before. So that's where we're at on the filming situation. And let's jump right into this video. So as you guys can tell from the title, this video is about things that I learned while working in retail, or things that I've learned while working at Walmart more specifically, because Walmart is one of the longer retail jobs that I've had. Granted, I haven't worked a super long retail job. I was with Walmart for about 6 months. If you don't know, I was with Victoria's Secret for like 3 to 4 months. So yeah, and my current job, I've been there about 2 months. So Walmart is like one of the longer ones that I've done. So I learned a lot of stuff there. Some stuff good, some stuff not so good. So the first thing that I learned has to do with coworkers. Now, while I worked at Walmart, I loved like 98% of my coworkers. There were only a couple of people that I really didn't like, and I was never like mean to the people that I didn't like. I just, you know, tried to avoid them because I feel like that's the best course of action when you don't get along with someone. So coworkers generally tend to stick together at Walmart, but you have to be careful, because while some people who work at Walmart are very genuine and very sweet and very caring, and this can go for anywhere, there are some of your coworkers who will stab you in the back to get ahead of you. Literally, they will push you, throw you in front of the bus, anything they can do to get ahead. And those are the people you really have to look out for, because personally, I'm a very trusting person by nature. I just think that everyone has a good heart and everyone is kind and lovely. And unfortunately, that is not the case in the world that we live in. You know, I wish it was like that. I wish it was all sunshine and rainbows all the time, but it's just not. So you really have to be careful of people who do not have your best interest at heart. At the end of the day, people are generally at work to get more money, to get ahead in any way they can, stuff like that. And that is really sad, but it's really true. So you really have to be careful who you open up to, who you do things for. You just have to kind of consider what people's motives are when you're working with them, because let's just say that you see one of your coworkers doing something, I don't know, just something, and you assume that it's okay to do that thing, whatever it is that they did. But then you may come to find out, get in trouble for doing the same thing that that employee did, because you're not supposed to do that. And some coworkers will literally do that on purpose. They'll do something in front of you, knowing, like, if you're new or if you don't know, if they know that, they will do something in front of you purposely to get you in trouble because they know that you'll do it too. Like, let's use an example. This never personally happened to me. I mean, this type of situation has happened to me, but this exact situation has never happened to me. Let's just say that you're brand new working at Walmart and you have a coworker that's working with you who's been there a lot longer than you. Let's just say that it's just you, that coworker, and a couple of other people on the other side of the registers. So y'all are the only ones on one end of the registers. Well, let's just say a person comes up to that coworker of yours and asks for change. Now, it's Walmart policy to not give change. You're not supposed to open your drawer to give somebody change, yada, yada, yada. So let's just say that your coworker is asked to do that and they do it. knowing that you're watching them to see what to do. If they don't like you, then they might do that just so that you'll do it in the future and get in trouble for that. Because that type of situation has happened to me at Walmart, where people will do stuff in front of you knowing that you'll think that it's okay and do it, and then you'll get in trouble for it, and they will not. That is the type of thing that I've encountered while working at Walmart. And two, another thing is that some coworkers will just be downright nasty to you, and you really just can't let it get you down. That's another topic that I want to talk about in this video. You have to stay positive. Like, it's literally the only way to get through retail is to stay positive. Like, literally, that is the only way. So let's kind of segue into that. Another thing I learned in retail, like I just said, you have to stay positive or else you're just not going to be able to get through it. And that's something that really was difficult and challenging for me when I worked at Walmart, because the atmosphere and the people who work at Walmart are just so depressing and soul-sucking, and it's just not a good environment to be in, if I'm being completely honest. Now, I know lately that they've been trying to change some of their, I don't know, some of their areas. Like when I was leaving my Walmart, they just made a new employee break room. So, and there was like couches and everything. So I know that they're kind of trying to make it a better atmosphere, but at the end of the day, Walmart is just a really depressing place to work. It's sad. I don't know why, but it just is sad. So staying positive is really, really essential, because otherwise you're not going to make it. Like I said, this goes for every retail store, really. The monotony can get you down. It can really eat away at you, and it's just really, really hard, but you just have to stay positive and try to find new things to do every day. And you just have to do your best to keep yourself engaged and to not be zoned out all the time. Another thing that I learned while working at Walmart and other retailers in general is just how terrible the population can be. Like, customers are literally the worst. I don't know what it is, and I'm not gonna say all customers, but the vast amount of customers that I dealt with were terrible to some degree. I don't know why people feel the need to scream at cashiers and people who are just trying to help you while you're shopping. Like, it's really not that serious, I promise. People are trying to do their job, and you want to sit there and scream at them because your coupon is expired, or you thought it was a different price, but it's not. And all of this stuff, or your credit card's getting declined, or your debit card's getting declined, or whatever the case may be, that is not the person's fault who's working in retail. I'm so sorry. So I learned that customers can be so mean. I've literally cried before because of customers, and it's just a really hard thing to deal with, because like I said, you want to believe that everybody is sweet and nice and kind-hearted, but you find out very, very quickly in retail that that is so far from the truth. And the best way to deal with it is to just try to be positive. Try not to let it get to you. I know it can get to you because it got to me a lot, but you just have to try really, really hard not to let it bother you, because at the end of the day, the people who are screaming at you, who are being nasty to you, they are not doing better than you. They're not happier than you are, because happy people who are doing well in their lives, they don't have time or the energy to scream at someone who is literally just trying to help them and doing nothing wrong. It's just, it doesn't make sense. So that's what I always try to remember, is that the people who are being nasty are not doing as good as you, and they're not happy like you are, or at least not as happy as you. Because, I mean, that's just the truth. If you're happy, you're not gonna go out of your way to bring somebody else down. That's just not gonna happen. And ultimately, the main thing that I learned while working at Walmart is that you either sink or you swim. And the people who swim have been there for 50 years and it's their career and they're never leaving, and that is where they're basically working in their own coffin. And to me, it's kind of better to eventually sink when you're working at Walmart, because I mean, let's be honest, I lasted half a year there, which is honestly pretty good considering the things that happened to me and the things that I dealt with and the people that I dealt with while I worked at Walmart. I definitely thought about quitting a lot sooner. But the thing is, after 3 months, usually, you will either be gone or you will be there to stay. And that's kind of a scary thing to think about. To be honest, it's kind of scary because I cannot imagine Walmart being my career. No shade to anybody whose career has to do with Walmart. If you work for Walmart, if that is going to be your lifelong career, that is okay. That's fine. If you're happy with that, then you just, you know, keep doing what you're doing. That's great. But for me, I could never do that. And I don't know what it is. I hear a lot of people in the comments telling me, oh, well, if you just quit every job the second that it gets hard, then you're never going to have a job. Well, I don't really think that that's the case. I mean, I don't quit a job once it gets hard. Every job I've ever had has been difficult to some degree. The difference is that I don't stay at a job where I'm not respected, where people are nasty and ugly to me every single day, where managers do not give fair treatment to everybody, where they pick and choose favorites. And I certainly will not stay at a place who cannot understand when I get a serious illness and have to be out of, like, can't come into work for 3 or 4 days. Now, that doesn't happen to me often, but if it does happen, then guess what? I'm not coming into work. I have doctor's notes. I have all this stuff. Walmart will not accept any of that. They fire people if you have a heart attack while you're at work because you missed work. Guess what? I don't leave a place when it gets difficult. I leave a place when I don't get the respect or the treatment that any human deserves, okay? If I'm gonna work for you, you're gonna treat me like a person. Walmart doesn't treat you like a person. That is the bottom line, okay? So honestly, it's better to sink at Walmart. If you don't stay at Walmart after you've worked there for 3 to 5 months, thank God, okay? Count your blessings, because that means that you value the way that you are treated. And honestly, I would never go back to working at Walmart, especially after the job that I have now, where I'm treated like a person. My boss cares about me, my coworkers care about me. Everybody is very, very kind. So don't sit there and let people tell you that you're stupid for quitting a job once it gets difficult. Because the reality is they didn't work that job. They're not in your shoes. They don't understand what it's like to feel depressed every day because you're not being treated like a person. You're being treated like a number. Thank you guys once again so much for joining me today. Leave me a comment. Tell me how the quality of this video is. Leave me a like if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe because I make new videos every Monday and Friday. I know I didn't have a Monday video last week, but that's just because I've been having a really rough time lately. I've been extremely busy, so I just did not have time to get that video out for you guys, but everything should be back to normal now. Fingers crossed. So anyway, like I said, I make new videos every Monday and Friday. Thank you guys once again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.